Hi folks, there was lots of talk about this save recipe to inbox feature on food blogs last week in the Food Blogger Central group, lots of interest in it. And I was looking at how it's done, and I said that I'd make a tutorial series about how to do it with the different ESP, email marketing service providers. I thought I'd have it done in a couple of days. It's turned out to be a lot more technical in places than I thought it would be, because the different ESP, email marketing service providers, do things differently with marketing automation and custom fields and stuff. So it's after taking a lot more man hours to actually figure it all out than I thought. But I have it working here, and what I want to do here first off is I want to explain the old way of doing it, and I'm going to show you the new way of doing it, which is a million times better, folks, and it's going to increase your success with email marketing. So here we have it. I'm going to show you the old way. This is the old way, where people just have a simple little form with one field for the email address. And I notice a lot of them don't have a GDPR consent feature, but that's because they're in America. I don't think it's enforced over there, but they're very strict about that here in the EU at the moment. But there we have it. We have your check your inbox in a few minutes. Your recipe is on the way. Okay, so if you're looking at this post, you might notice actually there's another feature here: save this recipe to your inbox. That is done with the recipe collections feature in the WP Recipe Maker plugin. I've done that now for some of the food blogs. I've installed that, but that's where you create actually a membership section where people register and log in. But I'll cover that. I did a series on it previously on YouTube, but that was a couple of years ago. The plugin has been updated a couple of times since, so I need to cover the new features. But basically what happens is it's similar to this. When somebody registers to be a user on the food blog, that their details get sent to the ESP email marketing software. When they become a new user, they go into your marketing funnel, they become a subscriber. So it's another way of getting leads, to sum it up in one sense. That's it. So you got that to look forward to as well as this. So that's the old way. I'm going to show it there. You're going to be really surprised now what is possible in the new system. When we go over to curried lentils here, we have a similar form, but we have the first name here. And so we're going to go Jonathan and Fishing Ireland at yahoo.com. It's the same email address, okay? But watch what happens when we save the inbox. It'll just take a second to load. Totally different. See, the confirmation message here is just check your inbox. The confirmation here is actually personalized. That's why I asked for the first name. I'm using personalization in all the emails, in all the marketing, because it's proven, folks, the stats are there, that these emails will work better. You're going to have a better open rate, click-through rate with personalized emails. And you can see here that I've even named the recipe. I've gone, awesome, Jonathan, your curried lentils recipe is on the way to your inbox. The curried lentils name there is taken from the title up here, is how it's done, okay? So, folks, don't be afraid of this. I'm going to explain it really slowly. I've tons of experience teaching, so I'll go really slow. You won't need any coding. The plugin Fluent Forms that we're going to be using does all the heavy lifting for us. It's just up to me to show you the settings that you need to use to achieve this. So, folks, there you are. Like, you're getting a great opportunity here. If you're selling a book, doing cookery classes, selling coaching, absolutely anything, you can even put a video in here from your YouTube channel in this confirmation message, and we can create awareness about cookery classes and books that we might have, or other products. And folks, what was I going to say here? In the confirmation message, yeah, so you're missing out there, on brand awareness if you're not doing that. So we have it there. So here's the big thing now. To comparison, you can see here in Yahoo Mail that I have two messages, and I'm going to show you now that we have it here from Jonathan WP Foodie School, and the first message is from the old way of doing it. It has no personalization. All it says is, because we didn't capture the first name, all it reads is, here's your saved recipe. And I've noticed lots of people, most of them are actually doing this. They're not getting into personalization and the automation that I can do, folks. And I can set this up for you. It's a service I provide as well, that if the tutorial, if you find it difficult to follow, that if you're a technophobe and don't like technology, I can set this up for a very reasonable fee, folks. If you get in touch with me on social media or directly at my website, Catered Websites, or WP Foodie School, which is the new one, which I'm just trying to launch now as well for this weekend. But here we go. See, there's no branding or anything in the confirmation email that we're getting. It's just plain text, and we have a link here to the recipe, and then we have a link here to the recipe index. So, folks, like, you need to beat the competition. You need to be better than them. Look at the difference in the confirmation messages. Like we have here, we have my first name that we captured in the form, and I've even named the recipe in the title here, in the email. So, folks, like, after they save it, when they're going to be looking back, that, like, look at this, here's your recipe, no personalization. And then you see, hi Jonathan, here's the curried lentils. Folks, if you're up against the competition, everybody's getting into this, you need the personalization. Which one would you open? Wouldn't you automatically go to one with your name in it, and it names the recipe for you? So I'm going to show you how to do that. And there we have it. We have personalization again. We have an awesome, Jonathan, here's the link to your curried lentils recipe. And then the same thing, we have to offer the cookery classes. That's what I wanted to say, folks, as well, that with the different categories here, say that we have a curry section, or a curry lentils could presumably maybe be an Indian section you have on the blog, and we can have different confirmation messages for different categories in the blog. And so there's another thing that people are not doing. I'm going to show you how to do segmentation, and I'm going to show you that now in MailerLite. So you might have a baking section, or if you're into the health niche, you might be catering with recipes for specific different diets, like low sugar people with diabetes, or gluten-free, stuff like that. So I'm plant-based myself, have been for years now, and I'm an ex-chef myself before studying design and digital media. And that's the thing about segmentation. When I sign up for a recipe, if you have lots of meat recipes and you're doing a vegan section as well, the last thing I want to be getting is a newsletter and just lots of recipes how to make sausages and beef burgers, because it's going to destroy your open rate. You're going to get spam. They've gotten so fussy now about spam, so it's essential, it's critical that you segment people into groups there. And just this can be done with any of the ESPs. Just as an example here, I have it with when I go to subscribers, and you see here, folks, I have groups, and I have a bacon group, I have a diabetic group, I have plant-based, I have vegan, and I have just general recipe subscribers, and I have people in the different groups. So I'm going to show you how that is done, so that you can send specific targeted emails then to those groups. We can get people into our bacon recipes funnel and offer them classes. So that's why we're using different forms in different places on the website. That's all coming up in the tutorials, folks. So there we have it. That's what I want to show you. There's a huge difference. See it there? Happy culinary adventures from me, from Jonathan, and PS get lots more really great recipes on the recipe index page. So, folks, super stuff. That's what's coming up in the video tutorial series. Super excited to get your feedback, and we'll move on now and let's get started.